I want to welcome you back to Black Site, and tonight we're going to talk about the Democratic candidates and Martin Luther King Day. You will see many of the candidates running for the 2020 nomination in the Democrat Party talk about Martin Luther King and his vision today. They will visit churches, monuments, and any other space that they can find to praise Dr. King so they can get the black vote. You will see Joe Biden leading the pack, the sidekick of Barack Obama, talking about how much he admired Dr. King. But in the 1970s, he talked out about how he admired a racist Mississippi senator, how he was against busing, how he was the father of the 1994 crime bill that put so many black males in jail. You will see Bernie Sanders talk about how he marched with Dr. King in the 60s in Chicago. You will see Elizabeth Warren talk about her racial identity. I think she still is a Native American, I don't know. And you will see Mayor Pete Buttigieg apologize for his racist South Bend, Indiana Police Department that has violated so many blacks in the city that he was mayor of. And you will see Amy Klobuchar, who is a closet homosexual racist herself. See, these are the people who throw rocks at Donald J. Trump. But at least Donald Trump's racism is out in the open. They hide behind the D in their name, and they will hide behind the words of Dr. King today in black churches and around monuments. See, it's time that we hold these Democrats accountable for their racism in the past. See, when you ask them about the word reparations, you hear Bernie Sanders snide and say no reparations. But he don't say no reparations to his own Jewish people. You will hear Joe Biden say no reparations. But Joe Biden himself sent reparations every year to Jewish people by giving them $3 billion and giving them a Patriot missile system to defend Israel. But everybody seems to have a problem with black people asking for something. You will see many of them talk about prison reform and things of that nature, but you haven't heard one of them talk about the Parchment Prison and what's happening in Mississippi. You know why? Because they don't want to offend resentful white people across the country that they need to get their vote to beat Donald Trump. So they won't talk about these issues as something. They won't even mention a black agenda in their debates. They will talk about a Hispanic agenda and how many illegal immigrants can flood into black inner cities and take jobs from black males. They will talk about LGBT issues, transgender issues, and have an agenda and support the agenda 100%. But when you mention the word black agenda, it gets silent. But oh yeah, but today, they will all stand up in unison and talk about Dr. King had a dream. But that dream has turned into a nightmare. See, the dream that the Democrats want for you is that you get out and vote, but don't ask for nothing. Not even a crumb anymore, because you don't matter. See, we must hold these Democrats accountable for their wicked actions to our people over the past 50 years and how they have treated the people who have given them 90% of their votes in every election. And now that the new media and organizations like ADOS, FBA, and many others are asking that an agenda be put forth and that they have to support the agenda, you see people in the DNC like Thomas Perez, who heads the DNC, are extremely angry, so they send their acolytes out to try and destroy these movements like Joy Reid. Oh yes, they will praise Dr. King. They will praise we shall overcome. They will praise nonviolence. But the nonviolence they talking about is against white people. See, we must stop this forgiveness when it comes to white people because it damages our community. See, we will forgive them, but we won't forgive our brother and sister. See, this is all going to be political today because don't listen to what someone says. You must attend to their actions. And the Democrat Party's actions have basically been just get to the polls and shut up. They treat you like they the pimp and you the hoe. Go out there and get my money and bring it back to me. Go out there and get my votes and bring them back to me. But them days are over with. See, you have to look at them in the eyes that you look at Donald Trump. And many of these people are not far away from Donald Trump. They just hide it a lot better. And the worst person to deal with is those who hide it. Because those are the ones who do the most damage to you, like Joe Biden. We're still dealing with the effects of the 1994 crime bill, in which hundreds of thousands of black men are in jail, and over millions of black men have records because of that crime bill. And he can say, oh, I'm sorry. See, those words don't crack with us. See, we have to understand from other communities, like the Jewish community, there is no such thing as I'm sorry. When it comes to the day of reckoning, first they will punish you and destroy you, then you say you sorry. But we have to stop that nonsense. You may think that you can decipher white people. They all come in different ranges, but they have the same ideology of white supremacy. What is their agenda? Their agenda is what is Elizabeth Warren saying, I will get rid of all student loans. Hell, it's more white people with student loan debt. So who does that affect more? White middle class people, upper middle class. So they will benefit from that, bro. Bernie Sanders saying Medicare for all. Who's going to benefit the most? White people. But where is the program where 95 or 98% of black people going to benefit by themselves? There is none. And they will sell you that you must get rid of Trump. But they do that every 4 years. Every Republican that run is the devil above the devil. But who has done more harm to you other than the worst bill in the history of America, that crime bill? And these are the same people who took power in 2008 under Barack Obama and who let the rich, the 1%, get rid of the greatest theft in history, the banking crisis, and no one was held accountable. And they were in charge. They had the Justice Department. They could have arrested anybody they wanted to, but it never happened. Black people voting for Democrats is a dream. Because in that dream, you never get what you rightfully deserve. But you have to understand, you must hold them accountable in 2020, or no one will ever respect you again. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. Hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and share this video.